Hi everyone. I wanted to make a video to just also offer you encouragement since that is what I asked of you all. Rather than post a quote, I wanted to have you do a video just so we can still continue to get to know each other better, and I think it's just neat to see your smiling faces. I apologize if I sound kind of goofy. I have a little bit of a cold that I'm trying to get rid of. So, look at this, trying to drink lots of water. it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, getting through this gallon. Oh man. But you're keeping me motivated. See what I did there? Okay. Anyway, there are a couple things I want to talk about. The first, of course, is sort of a story that I just watched prior to making this video, and then also to offer a little bit of encouragement with your fitness and workouts. But this is more of like a life story that I thought that might be beneficial to some of you and serve you in some way. But I follow the Facebook page called Twin Cities Live, and that is on KSTP. It broadcasts in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm a big fan of the show because it's always about positive lifestyle elements, fashion, entertainment, fitness, etc. And they did this story about an entrepreneur and how this dad hardly got any sleep. And I have a point to this story. It's really just to make y'all feel good. So hopefully I can tell it okay, and I'll try to post a link so you can watch it for yourself. So this dad was, excuse me, so this dad had a really difficult time sleeping, and after a while, he concluded that it must be his pillow. And he, if I can remember correctly, tried to go to different stores to find this, perfect pillow, and he was unsuccessful. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just make my own. Okay. So him and his son he did 2 years of research to find out what would it take to make the perfect pillow. Kind of a random thing, but it's really cool how he just was so persistent and never gave up. And so he realized that foam is obviously a big contributing factor, I guess, to a good night's rest. And so he just decided to make that. And so he had to learn how to sew. He had to figure out the best way to kind of make this pillow the most comfortable pillow anyone has ever tried. And so it took him a couple of years. And once it was done, he thought, okay, this is it. I've done it. I've made it. So now that he had his product, it was really trying to market it and let people know about it. And so he would go to trade shows. He would go to, he had his own little end cap store, and I believe it was the Eden Prairie Mall. And he said only one person bought one, like out of so many people that are in the mall. And then he went to QVC, and they turned him down. I think it was 3 times. And so, yeah, obviously you can tell he's failing and failing and failing, and he was in massive debt. I think it was millions of dollars. He had to refinance his home, and he just kept going. He just had this gut feeling that kept, saying it's all going to be okay. You're going to make this work, and he just kept doing it. And so I think it was an infomercial that really was the game changer. And after this one infomercial that I'm sure that they had to invest a lot of money into, even knowing that it's like you already are in so much debt, but yet you just have that dream, okay, and you just decided to go for it. And after this infomercial, it's amazing. He basically went from a staff, I believe, of 5, you'll have to watch the story, to like 500. It grew like in the first like month and a half after this commercial. And now, after so many attempts of trying to get it, out there in the public, QVC came back to him and they thought, we like what you're doing. We want to help you out. So after being rejected 3 times, they finally came back, and now he is essentially a self-made millionaire. And the reason why I wanted to tell you this story is because too often our society of the millennials, I think, are really just so uh, used to that instant gratification. I think we're just so used to getting it right the first or second time and then giving up because we couldn't do it. So it must not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. But this guy, from what I gathered from the story, it just said it seemed like he was relentless. He didn't let one nose or two no's or three no's or even kind of being in a little bit of debt scare him from really what he wanted. He kept focusing on the outcome. He kept focusing on this is going to be successful. I know I'm going to make it versus that progress and all the steps leading up to that moment where he finally was able to make this work for him. And I just thought, I know that this is all about a fitness support group, but really this can relate to both fitness and maybe in some aspect to your life, because I just want to encourage you, even if, you've maybe failed once or twice, or you had to recommit yourself to this program, or you've had a slip, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to give it all up. Regardless of how many times you failed. I have failed. I have failed the fix. I have gone off track and having to restart again. But this is, to me, this story is so much more bigger than an exercise program. I think I really want to focus it on your life because that's what we're here for. At least I hope it is. And I just feel like I want to give you that extra push. If you're trying to go after something and you really want something, I know it may sound cliche, but you can do it. You just have to keep going and keep fighting, and really you're the only one that's standing in your way. I mean, he could have stopped this guy, this perfect pillow infomercial fabulous rock star could have stopped after QVC told him no. I mean, why? Whew, that would have been hard to continue, right? Like, oh, maybe this just isn't right for me. I have to get a real job. I have to start paying my bills. But he didn't really let any of that noise or society's like temptation get in his way. So it totally is just whatever you want to make of it. I'm not saying you have to go find and invent something, but I hope that this just offers you a little bit more of just encouragement and to not give up regardless of what happens, because it doesn't matter about failing. That's actually a good thing because that's how you're that much closer to succeeding. So fail forward. That's my piece of advice for today. Love ya.